We hope to be in good health all the time. However, the reality isn't so perfect. There are many people who are living with serious or superficial illnesses. I'm one of them. I so wish I wasn't, but if it is what it is, I must find a way to live with it. Is it too much to ask my husband to understand this? My name is Sally. I'm a 29 years old working wife. It's been 3 years since my husband Tom and I got married. I suppose we still have a good relationship, except on one thing. Hey, Sally, wake up! I opened my eyes to the shaking of my body. I saw the face of Tom right in front of me. Oh, what happened? You fainted all of a sudden. My head was still spinning as I tried to pull myself up. Again, I was unruffled. I have low blood pressure and deal with cerebral anemia. It can happen even while I'm cooking on my feet, so I'm usually extra careful when the stove is on. I try to remember what I was doing and soak potatoes. Oh yeah, I was peeling potatoes. I felt a cold sweat at the thought of having symptoms while holding on the knife. I got freaked out by the loud noise and came to find you on the floor. What the heck are you doing? Shouldn't he have been more concerned? Tom never understood the symptoms of cerebral anemia. Even thought I tried to explain to him numerous times. Not only he could care less, but he looked annoyed. I didn't ask him to over-worry, but a little bit of concern from his side would have been nice. Did I expect too much? I met him at work. We didn't have a whirlwind romance, but we were passionate in love. Was it normal to change after marriage? We started dating. Because of my disorder in the first place, I felt dizzy and nauseous while I was chatting with my colleague and passed out in the office. Tom came to my rescue, which was the start of our romance. He stopped taking care of me after the marriage. On the contrary, his attitude changed drastically. If you assume cerebral anemia is not a big deal, I can't argue. Tom thought it was just anemia and ordered me to take more iron supplements and eat more liver. He didn't care if there were different types of anemia. I had come to the realization that he wouldn't have listened even if I explained it. I no longer minded that he wasn't worried about me, but he seemed disgruntled. I lost my appetite. I'm going out. Why? It'd be ready soon. I don't want to eat anything cooked by someone who feeds just peeling potatoes. I feel more nauseated than you. I'm leaving. Wait, he let me pleading. I sighed, staring at the potatoes. It was a usual occurrence. He came up with an excuse to go out whenever I had symptoms and didn't come back for hours. I thought he was taking extra time to come back on that day, but he shockingly stayed out until the next morning. It wasn't just going out, was it? I felt anxiety. One day, Tom mentioned there was something to tell me. What is it? I decided to take my parents to Puerto Rico over the long holiday. Whoa, that sounds amazing. I clapped my hands to the exciting plan. Came to think of it, we never took a trip after our marriage. It was a little bit awkward to go with my in-laws, but we had a good relationship so that it could be fun. Clear ocean, white sand beach. My bikini from last year still fit? My mind was filled with tropical island breeze. But then Tom said, don't assume. I gave him a quizzical look. What do you mean? I'm going with my parents and you are staying back. Why? I yelled out to his unexpected reply. Why should I stay back? You know you're not well, don't you? You pass out just 'cause you stand for a while. You can't even go on sightseeing. We can't enjoy our trip with you there. My symptoms aren't that bad. You're exaggerating, so wrong. I'm just being honest. My parents agreed to, so you're staying. What? It's already been decided no matter what. I already booked a hotel for 3. I was lost for words as I watched him walk out the door. I was preparing dinner, but he let me alone again. I watched Tom cheerfully packing for his trip later on. I contemplated on protesting to his parents, but I was scared to destroy the good relationship I kept with them. Wait, they were the ones trying to break our good relationship. Even though I thought so, I couldn't find the courage to face them. Indeed, standing for a little while did make me faint. It was already too late when I felt dizzy and nauseous. I couldn't predict when the symptoms showed up. It was quite troublesome. I suppose I was a nuisance to have a holiday with. I needed to let it go. As I was thinking while staring blankly at the calendar, oh, wait. I felt dizzy and nauseous. Damn, too late. As my vision started to spin, I worried about sharp objects around me and passed out. Hey, Sally, wake up. I felt the sensation of something pushing my body as I heard Tom's voice. As I expected, I was lying on the floor. I opened my eyes and saw Tom standing over me. Tom? My God, that's enough! How many times do you have to pass out? Ouch! Stop it! You didn't seem to be coming back, so I help you. Be thankful. He was shoving me with his foot out of things. Even though he wasn't actually kicking me, I couldn't believe he was using his foot. I shuffled to get up, but I still felt lightheaded and nauseous that I couldn't get up. I'm feeling sick. As I lay back down on the floor, Tom clicked his tongue. No, it wasn't necessary. I was upset and wanted to confront, but I was too sick to say the word. What did he say to his poor wife next? Hey, I'm leaving now. Be good. I'll be mad if I come back to the mess because you slacked on housework. No compassion whatsoever. Huh? Leaving? You know I'm going on a holiday. It's almost time for my flight. I'm on my way out. Wait a sec. Help me get up. Least, help me get to the bed. I'm gonna throw up. No way. Don't be such a baby for just a vertigo. There's still enough time to catch the plane, right? Don't you even have a decency to take your sick wife to the bed? My unspoken protest was clearly ignored, and he walked out the door. I laid on the floor alone as I watched the door close behind him. No way! That's diabolical! Aren't you pissed off? Of course I am. That's why I'm venting on you. I complained to my colleague next day. She was astounded and upset. See? Anyone who wouldn't have thought it was terrible. After Tom left, I managed to get up on my own and then cried going over what he just said. I had been feeling mistreated by him, but that was the coldest. My colleague's kindness wasn't enough to make me feel better. What am I going to do? I was feeling stressed when I received a call that night. I was drinking alone to ease my anxiety as I saw the name on the screen and was surprised. It was my father-in-law. He was supposed to be on a trip with Tom. Did something happen to him? Sobering up at once, I answered the call in panic. Yes, hello? Oh, Sally. Sorry to bother you at night. He sounded down. Don't worry. Is something wrong? It's kind of sudden. His words that followed astounded me. Next day, my phone kept vibrating in a quiet room. It was Tom calling. Hello. Hey, Sally. How's it going? It's sunny and amazing here. Have you been good? His cheerfulness annoyed me. I imagined him with a smug smile on the other side of the phone. I'm busy right now. What do you want? Why? You sound in a bad mood. Are you mad to be left behind? I'll get you a souvenir. What do you want? I let out a deep sigh to his light-heartedness and said I was busy. I'm at your mother's wake right now, so let's talk later. What? There was a long pause before he could finally make a word. His dumbness annoyed me even more. I said I was at your mother's wake. Huh? Wait, but what? Right, I was at that moment at mother-in-law's wake. I know, it's a shock, isn't it? She's supposedly with you in Puerto Rico. It can't be her wake. It is thought. Surprisingly, your father is here too. It's really strange, isn't it? He is also supposedly with you. It's unbelievable but all true. So, that's what is happening right now. I hung up on him and turned off my phone. The wake was carried out peacefully, and it was a nightfall. Mother! What are you wearing? Tom showed up screaming when his family and relatives were having dinner. I had to remark on his appearance. He was dressed in a bright blue hibiscus print shirt. The way his just out of the tropical island look was stepped with cold stares. Why would you come to your mother's wake dressed like that? What? Oh, well, I came right from the airport. My phone was off, so he called his father. He rushed back as soon as he got the detail and didn't think to change his clothes. Never mind. What's going on? You heard. Your mother passed away. It was last night. My father-in-law, who was supposedly on the trip with Tom, called me. Oh, Sally, sorry to bother you at night, he continued to say. It's kind of sudden, but my wife just passed away. I dropped my beer from the shock. Liquid poured out on the floor, but I couldn't move. She suddenly collapsed at home this morning. I called an ambulance, but she didn't make it. The cause of death was a heart attack. I couldn't believe it. She looked healthy. I thought she was going to live for a long time. I couldn't believe it. She was supposedly on the trip with Tom. I can't believe it. You're cheating on me. What? Tom froze hearing my words. I didn't need to continue as someone else took over. You idiot! You lied and went on a holiday with your girlfriend? Dad, what do you mean? I was disgusted by the way he pretended and said, Guess what? You left all the evidence at home, and you think I'm not gonna find them? In fact, I went through his things right after the call with my in-laws. As expected, I found millions of proof. There were many unexplainable transactions on his credit card and hotel receipts. I found many photos of him and his girlfriend in his computer. The confirmation of his trip too came out. The number of guests shown on it was only 2 instead of 3. Moreover, why do you post pictures of you and your girlfriends on social media? What are you thinking? Surprisingly, he posted pictures during the trip. He wasn't stupid enough to blatantly show 2 of them together, but her reflection was clear on the glass window in the pictures. What an idiot. Thank you for leaving proof. I have no affection towards someone who left me while I was sick. I can divorce with no regret. Divorce? Wait, it's not what you think. It's not. What's not? It's nothing but cheating, isn't it? No, it is not. He was unable to say anything else. Just go back to Puerto Rico. She's waiting for you, right? I rolled my eyes. He kept pleading, but he was silenced by the sudden roar. You fool! You're a disgrace of the family! Wait, what are you doing here? Why wouldn't I be awake on my sister-in-law? The one scolding was a brother of my father-in-law. In other words, uncle of Tom. At that moment, Tom finally realized that not only his dad and me, but the entire relatives were surrounding him. Wait, it's a misunderstanding. What did we misunderstand? Taking a trip with your girlfriend and leaving your wife behind? You even used your parents for your lie. That is because... Tom couldn't say anything back, cornered by his uncle. His father, too, moved in front of him and said, Tom, I'm ashamed to have a son like you. Besides, you show up dressed like that at your own mother's wake. I no longer think you as my son. I'm going to cut ties with you. Of course, you are terminated from your job. In fact, Tom worked in his family's business. He had never been able to keep his job anywhere. He was actually fired at a company where we met. After making many mistakes, his dad and uncle saved him then. No, that's not fair. Shut up. You disregard your wife when she falls ill and go on a trip with your girlfriend. You're in no position to complain. You better pack up your things at work. Wait. Tom, wearing a cheerful hibiscus shirt and turning white in panic, looked like a scene from the comedy, but that wasn't it. I added some stress on him. Don't come back home anymore. I packed up your stuff and sent them to your father's house. What the? How could you do such a selfish thing? Why not? The apartment is in my name. Did you forget? I have no interest in sharing it with a cheater. There's no space for you there. I can't let you in even you show up. By the way, I changed the lock so you can't get in anyway. Oh my God! Tom screamed and crumbled down on the floor. Afterward, I hired a lawyer and divorced Tom. I got a large sum of alimony from him, as well as compensation from his girlfriend. The girlfriend, who had never imagined to be charged, was fed up with upless Tom and they broke up. He had been spending a large amount of money on her, but after losing a job, he was unable to pay off his credit card debt. He loaned from his father and uncle at the end. His father didn't allow him to move back in, so he is now living in a tiny, shabby apartment. His uncle managed to find him a job so that he could pay back his loan, but I hear the job is physically demanding. Sally, help me! I'm gonna collapse from exhaustion, he lamented over the phone. Really? If you collapse, I'll take a trip to Puerto Rico then, I replied. I laughed at Tom, who was stunned and hung up on him. Don't know what happened to him afterward as I blocked him, but I assume he doesn't have a pleasant life. Years later, I met someone new. He is into wellness and understands my disorder. It might be for him. I've been experiencing less symptoms lately. Perhaps peace of mind is the best treatment. Seeing an embarrassed expression as he held out a ring to me, I'm excited by the prospect of a happy future.